since we're talking about influencer secrets and behind the scenes, this feels really important. I have this rule. No matter how big you get on the internet, no matter how famous you are, there are always going to be people who don't know who you are. I'll tell you, there are some celebrities I've been on planes with where people are freaking out. I'm like, who is that? Musicians, models, whatever. There's always people who could have millions and millions of followers, make millions and millions of dollars, and there are people who don't know who they are. I once went out for a meal with friends, with influencer friends, and one of them, I remember it so clearly, said to someone there, "You don't know who I am." And that has stayed with me. Stayed with me because, first of all, don't say that. Don't say that to people. But also, it just hit me, this reminder that not everybody knows you. Like, I walk into any room and assume that no one knows who I am. I have, between my different platforms, around 1.6 million followers. That's a lot of people. But also, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of people, right? There are 15 plus million Jews in the world, if we're just talking about the Jewish community. So there's a lot of people out there who don't know who I am just within my own community. And 150 million people are on TikTok. So, you know what I mean? Like, and then all the millions and millions of people who aren't on TikTok or who aren't on Instagram, who don't use social media. I just assume that people don't know who I am. And you know what? When people do know who I am extra grateful and so excited. Like, if you've ever met me before in real life, you will see how excited I get when people know who I am. I've heard some horror stories from social media events where people will say that an influencer will ask them right off the bat, like, how many followers do you have? And if they don't have a lot, they won't talk to them. They'll just be totally disrespectful. And I just feel like the number of followers doesn't make you special. The amount of followers you have does not equal the amount of influence you have in this world.